my friends, how are you today? Dramatic pause. I'm doing good. And today I want to talk to you about a horror movie. And yes, this is a straight up horror movie. And it is a great story told through a horror movie. And also stars one of my favorite actresses, Chloe Grace Moretz, in one of her earlier roles. And it is the movie called Let Me In. This is a vampire movie. This was actually a remake. If I'm incorrect, please comment below. But I have not seen the original one because it is a foreign title, and I do not believe that is in English.
Skrik då! Skrik!
Okay, that's why I'm a horror fan, and I know some people, they go above and beyond. They gotta get the ringu, you know what I mean? Not just the ring, you gotta have the ringu, you know, and stuff like that. And you can't have the Grudge. You gotta get the original Grudge, whatever that might have been. I can't remember what the original Grudge was. But if it's not in English, I'm kind of deterred by it. Like I got Pan's Labyrinth. I'm still kind of off of whether or not that's in English or not in English. I haven't put it in yet. I haven't watched it yet. But I picked it up recently, and I'm going to watch it because it's they got their own figures, and they got their own. There's a lot of people love that movie, and I'm trying to understand why. You know, I want to see it because I want to understand why. Hopefully, it's in English. I'm not sure if I'm going to be surprised. But so this is the remake of, I think the original one was Let the Right One In. I think that's what it was called. So they just changed this to Let Me In. And this one is in English because it stars American stars and everything. And people that speak English, okay? They might not be from America. But anyway, this is a vampire movie. It's about this little girl. And she befriends this little boy who's being bullied. He is living a tough life, living with his mother. There's a lot of stuff going on. He's living a tough life, and he is being bullied. I mean, the bullying in this movie is intense. I mean, the stuff that they do to this kid is extremely. This is not a children's movie. This is an adult movie, and the stuff that they do to the child in this movie is extremely intense. And the sad thing is, it's stuff that does and probably does happen to children, you know, in real life, you know, and that's the sad part of it. But as far as the movie goes, it makes for good storytelling. You know what I mean? It's the kid's struggling. He meets this little girl outside, and for some reason she's not wearing any shoes in the snow, and he's got a Rubik's Cube, and he can't figure it out, and he hands it over to her, and he has to leave. The next day, the Rubik's Cube's left there. And I'm not giving away. That's like right at the beginning of the movie, so I'm not giving a lot away. She lives with her father, maybe. There's a twist at the end, and you're gonna see what's going on. And I don't want to get too much into it because if you've never heard of the movie before, you're gonna want to go into this one blind, okay? But I will let you know that this is one of my newer favorite horror movies, okay? When I say newer, meaning, you know, in the 2000s, you know what I mean? Because a lot of horror movies I absolutely love, you know, they came out in the 70s, they came out in the 80s, they came out in the 90s, and this is a 2000 plus, you know, so I consider this a newer horror movie, you know, that, and sometimes it's really difficult with all of the sequels and prequels and rehashes and revamps and redos and redubs and they don't. There's no originality anymore. And I understand this is a remake of an older movie, and I get that, but they did it in a way where it kind of doesn't. It's not like it's not. There's no way to compare. I mean, this is an English movie, you know what I mean? I have nothing to compare it to. So the original is probably beautiful. It's probably a beautiful work of art, but I won't appreciate it because I don't speak the language. That's it. Bottom line. And I found this. I happened upon this. I have it on DVD, and I just like the cover. I thought the cover was cool. I had no idea who Chloe Grace was. I had no idea who the actors were. I had no idea what the story was. I went into this thing totally blind, and I was totally sold. I mean, the special effects in this thing, unbelievable. The story, unbelievable. And I'll tell you right now, it's an emotional horror movie. It's not one of those horror movies where, you know, it's just you're scared through the whole thing, and you're worried and what you get feelings for this little boy, and you get feelings for this little girl, and you get feelings for the other characters in the movie, and you're worried about what they're about to do, and you're worried about how they're gonna the outcome of this is gonna be, and you know, this is like a detective movie slash horror movie slash thriller slash. I mean, there might even be a little comedy in here somewhere, but there's a lot going on in this movie. You know what I mean? And I got to tell you, this is just a beautiful, beautiful movie. The way it's shot in the way that the scenes in it are just the dialogue, and I'm speechless. I'm this is a speechless horror movie. Okay, I'm trying to give you a review on a movie that if you watch it, when you get to the end, if you are a horror fan or what, you will get to the end, you'll be like, wow. That's it. That's the word that sums up this movie. Wow. Okay, because it is just a roller coaster ride of fun and excitement and emotion, and when you're done, you're physically beat and tired, and you're like, wow. You're not confused at the end. You're like, you know what's gonna. It has an ending, so it has a good ending, and it's legit. You're not gonna get to the ending and be like, oh, there's the credits, and I know nothing. You know what's gonna happen, but it's just a beautiful movie. I mean, the way that it's done in the dialogue and it's just absolutely beautiful. So with that said, I'm not gonna go too crazy onto this one with you guys. I'm not gonna give you too much detail because I don't want to ruin this movie for you. I want you to go in and watch it and be like, wow. Yeah, I want you to end it and be like, this is good. I'm gonna recommend this to other people. And with that said, do me a favor, please hit that like button if you liked what you saw today. Watch some of my other stuff. Scroll down to the left, to whatever the scrolling situation is. I always have a hard time with that. My wife's always telling me, scroll down. And I go like this because technically the thing goes down when you go like that. And my kids do the same thing. Like, scroll. You're not going because you scroll. Hey, when I go like this, it goes down. And I go like that, it goes up. So technically I'm looking. If you know what I'm talking about, you understand. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you later.